I don't believe he's going to make it.
No, he'll be there. He was there last year.
For one of the shows. He missed Media Day and he missed the Halloween weekends. So
yeah. He's batting.
He's 1 for 3.
He's 1 for 3 on that.
Shenanigans.
So does it look like we're going to have a possible solution for the... Should be good on the audio? All right, so let me just see if...
Let's welcome
Let me just tell John. Hey, John, are you there? Okay, you do have audio from the regular source now.
All right, well, let's say hello.
And it's not off the phone. Okay, good. All right, thanks, John. We'll talk to you later. We can do this. The show as normal now.
All right.
Yeah, you can hang him up.
Well, hello to all you Grand Rapids people that held in there and waited, and now we're here for you.
God bless Jeff Shelp. You know what I'm saying? Because without he's the engineer guy.
Wow.
Without Jeff, we couldn't have got Grand Rapids on. So, anyways, we're past that. We're winging it this week, but I'll tell you what, we've got a couple of things we've got to go back and patch up from last week. We didn't get LJ on last week.
No LJ.
And LJ's the Ask the Gardener segment at the end. Ask the expert from Advanced Nutrients.
So we're going to have him today?
Yeah, well, provided that he's, I haven't talked to him today, with this craziness going on. I haven't had a chance to buzz him, but I'll hit him up during the commercial break and see what happens.
All right, so we're going to have Ask the Gardener.
Ask the Gardener at the end of the show, and then also we got to go back and see. I wonder if we can get Howard on the line.
All right.
Howard's from our guy over at Iron Labs.
And we broadcast from the Iron Lab studio.
We're always in the Iron Lab studio. This time we're in the WFNT Iron Lab studio.
Nice, mobile.
Yeah, well,
Iron Labs is everywhere.
Kind of like the radio signal.
Well, that's right. Well, when you're the best, you can be like that.
Well, those guys are the best, too. And so we'll talk to Howard. Howard will tell you about testing and what's going on with testing.
Nice.
And what we'll talk about the importance of testing to some degree. Now, Cedar Point. Are you ready for the Cedar Point?
I'm ready. I'd have left today if we could go today.
Truthfully, I would have, too.
I'll camp in the parking lot.
I would have left a little later, but I'd have left.
Annie, let me in, please.
Oh, Annie Zelm at Cedar Point.
She's so nice.
She really treats us well out there. And
she does. She likes you, though. You got that smooth.
Smooth.
Something about you. She liked you. She really liked Denise. She looked at me and Bobby like we were.
Who's Denise? I'm just kidding.
Come on. She looked at me and Bobby like we were 3-headed cats or something.
She's a lawyer and all.
So, no.
You can do that when you get a degree thing after your name.
There you go. So, yeah, Cedar Point, I'm excited. I hope a lot of people have been to the site and watched The Gatekeeper, watched us on The Gatekeeper. It's a cool video. Even if somebody else was in it, I would think it was
with the video.
one.
How about the ride?
It was a good ride. The only problem is I've heard from 2 different people that have been there over the last 2 weeks that the line is like 3 to 4 hours.
Oh, yeah, easily. I was predicting 5. I'm surprised it's not 5.
Yeah, they were like, one of them gave up and one of them rode it, and they're like, I spent half my day to ride the one ride, but it was worth it.
It is. Well, it's a really fun ride.
Well, for us, what did we do? We drove 2.5 hours to ride just one ride. So
actually, we rode one ride twice.
Yeah, so it was worth it to us to spend 5 hours of our day.
Hey, if we could have stayed until when did they close down? I think they closed.
It was 7.
Yeah, 6, 7, or 8 o'clock. We could have stayed and rode all day.
We had Fedak with us though. He had to go home to his dog.
Cameraman. Yeah. Meh.
He's a good driver, though.
Hey, that worked out well.
That's right.
He took us all the way there and all the way back.
Safely
and no punching each other like on the way to Denver.
That's right. We didn't riot.
There was no riots involved.
Chains, whips, none of that.
So what else is going on this summer? I mean, I haven't looked beyond the box. I've had the schedule boxed up for a while now, up until Cedar Point.
Well, there's a huge party in Detroit, today.
Well, there's that. That's the concert. You're talking about the concert event over at Belle Isle.
Yeah, the Orion Fest. It's got a number of local Detroit bands. They've got Metallica, Chili Peppers headlining. I think the Chili Peppers are tonight. Metallica's tomorrow.
Dude, we gotta go out there. I'm telling you, I got a contact. Maybe you and I'll ride out there tonight.
Specs Howard's broadcasting or filming all the.
All right, we gotta take a commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll see if we can stir up the Iron Lab Studios founder, Howard Lutz. See if we can get him on the phone. We'll be right back. It's the Multimedia Digital Network. You're listening to the Political Twist-Up Show.
AM 1230, WTKG.
Twist-Up Show.
Well, this formula is specifically to grow
cannabis.
That's Ray Kogo for Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients.
Now, everybody knows that large buds and tight buds come from genetics, and then the amount of light you use. The other part is having the correct nutrients that the plant's going to use. Mine specifically to grow cannabis, so it's going to get everything that it needs.
Ray knows what you may not. Those nutrient companies you can get in most grow shops are not cannabis specific. That means they take the stuff out of the bloom that your plant needs in bloom. You can get Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients too. It's just 2 1-gallon jugs that make over 600 gallons of nutrients, all for less than $100. See the difference for yourself.
More trichomes, bigger buds, faster growth, and for less money.
Go to CANNABISformula.com or call Ray direct at 517-375-8998. That's 517-375-8998. Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients. Get everything you need at Hydrovision Indoor Gardening Centers. It's spring, and it's time you get to planting. And whether you're starting plants indoors for the outdoor season or just making your house more green, the technical experts at Hydrovision stores will help you with indoor design and supply so that your indoor gardening dreams always become reality. Mention my name, Steve Green, for a special discount. Hydrovision Indoor Gardening Centers in Howell, Trenton, Richmond, Benton, and Belleville, one near you, or check out myhydrovision.com.
If you or someone you know received a traffic ticket, has been charged with a misdemeanor, drinking and driving, criminal offense, or has had their driver's license taken away, they need an attorney. They need attorney Glenn McCandless. He's helped hundreds of people solve their legal problems over the past 16 years.
My law firm is dedicated to providing quality legal services at affordable rates.
Call us at 586-755-2900. Again, that's 586-755-2900. Call now.
Hi, Buddy here, inviting you to enjoy huge summer savings at Clio Cultivation. We work closely with the manufacturers of your favorite products to guarantee the lowest prices and highest quality. By getting to know them, we can really understand how to maximize your yield and quality. We can even tell you how our products perform and why they work. If you don't need the knowledge, share your wisdom with us and enjoy our discounts with at least 15% off everything, real MSRP. Daily 10 to 7, Saturdays 10 to 5, closed Sundays. Now offering Happy Frog and Ocean Forest for less than $13.95. Raptor 8-inch reflectors $199. Super Red HPS Hortilux lamps $99. 1,000 watt switchable ballast $89.95. 8 light T5s $189. And Can Fan 8-inch inline just $99. Your home away from home is at 11394 North Saginaw Road or call 810-686-GROW. At Clio Cultivation, we are only here for you.
The Political Twist Up Radio Show.
This is WTKG.
Okay, we're back live on the Political Twist Up Show. It's the Multimedia Digital Network. I did get LJ on the phone. He's actually on my cell phone now. I couldn't get Howard. What's up with Howard?
It's Saturday. Howard's a family guy. He's probably kicked back in a chair having a cold one.
LJ, be prepared. Nobody can hear us on the. Nobody can hear you right now. I'm just buzzing you because I wanted to let you know we are down with getting you on at the end of the program for Ask the Gardener. So be prepared. We're going to come to you. We'll give you a jangle in a bit.
I can hear him talking through your phone.
Yeah, I know. He's like, fantastic. He's like...
He likes doing that segment. I asked you before the break about Off the Record last night. It's a show that I watch pretty regularly.
Yeah, Off the Record's a PBS show.
With Tim Skubic. And, they had a nice segment, about 10 minutes, and they talked about, marijuana in Michigan and if they think that, there's going to be a push for a petition. And the panel on that show definitely believes that's coming, and it will be happening soon, especially after the Washington and Colorado.
You're talking about the legalize initiative.
Yes. And they talked about Rep. Carlton, of course.
Now, Doug, give me the lowdown on this. I mean, besides what they talked about, I mean, what was the come away? What was the walk away with?
It's coming. It's just a matter of time.
These are legislators, right?
Well,
off the record,
Right. Well, they're panel, they're news people, most of them. But what they talked about a little bit is Rep. Carlton. And, right now there's not a whole lot of support. There's a couple Republicans that are interested. There's a couple Democrats. But, the big thing is the people in this state are moving policy, not the politicians. And the people in this state are done with the prohibition, you know.
We've been done a long, long time.
And
a long time.
Well, I've been done for 17 years with it. So for me, I've been done, and I'm sure most people have. But, you know, it's the people that will make policy, and it is switching, and as more states fall in line, Michigan will be in that mid-range at some point, especially once Bill Schuette's
It's all done.
gone.
I mean, this is a moot subject. This is over with. It just hasn't. The train hasn't caught up with the gate yet.
Exactly. Well, just like that piece you played last week with the Microsoft, executive and the president of Mexico, it's over. Anybody with any kind of...
Talking about Vicente Fox with Wolf Blitzer and the guy from Microsoft last week when we played it on the front of the show.
I like that name, Vicente Fox.
Vicente Fox. It's kind of like Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah, he should be a rock
Those
star.
Spanish guys got sexy names.
Yeah.
And they talk cool too.
That's right.
What's it? The fine Corinthian leather. Remember that?
I do remember that. That's so funny. So yeah, they're suave, they're good looking, and they like marijuana. So
well, who knows?
Why don't? That's why the women go to them. All they have all the women.
No, actually, Vicente Fox said on that CNN piece that the Mexican people actually have a very low incidence of use in their country.
Right. It's mostly, it's
us bastard Americans that cause them all the problems.
Transporting and, the smuggling and,
right.
Like we know, just like alcohol, when you make something illegal, the criminals get richer and richer and more powerful, and now you have a cartel situation like you had in Colombia. So what do you expect to happen? You're going to get crime when there's big money. Take away the money, bye-bye to the crime.
Yeah, well, and that's the way it works, too. I mean, when you create an underground market like this, especially one that's this punished, this oppressed, this targeted and raped, I mean, it really is.
Oh, it's horrible. And like you said,
they've made a war out of it. I mean, they've made a civilian war out of it.
Well, how many people have been murdered on the border? I mean, it's disgusting.
And those are the people that are the innocents taking the brunt of they're really taking the brunt of the violence here. It's not happening here in America. It's happening over the... This is why Vicente Fox is like, oh, yeah, please, legalize. Hello, ring-a-ding-ding.
He's trying to take
Can you
control
stop the
of the
bloodletting,
country.
please?
That's right. All these innocent people on the border die. He has no control over his country when it comes to the drug trade because there's too much money. And they're not using there, they're using here. So it's really cause and effect.
Well, and did you see when the lady just recently went back to her home country and got busted on the bus for the so-called pot under her seat, which she didn't have?
I did not.
You did not see this story?
No.
Well, see, this ties in with the Vicente Fox things. So, or with that whole announcement about legalize. This woman, just briefly, because I mean, a lot of other people know about this, but she went to Mexico. She visits over there. She's got family over there. She's married to an American over here. And she went over there and did her thing, and she's on a bus with her husband. She gets on the city bus or whatever, and they're driving back. I don't know if it's a city bus or if it was one of the travel buses. They stop at a regular stop somewhere, and the military comes on board, or the federales or whatever they are.
They're like the military.
Yeah, I mean they come on and they I don't know if they went right back to her or not, but it just seemed rather suspect. All I'm saying is that it's really corrupt over there as a result of this prohibition,
right?
And as a result of our pressure on the Mexican government to make it stop coming across the border. It's just not going to happen. It's a pipe dream.
It's been going on.
But she was busted.
Time.
She was busted for like 12 pounds of weed underneath her bus seat. And
Must
it's funny.
Have been a really big seat.
Really. The crazy thing is that she's seen getting on the bus on the video with her purse and a bottle of water. I mean,
Wow.
Where'd she smuggle that at? So they let her go eventually. They didn't charge her with that crime.
Big belly.
That's right. Well, it was taped underneath her seat. Supposedly, they never showed it to her. They just accused her of this and hauled her off, and then they tried to get a bribe out of her for $5,000. And this is what goes on over there. And you think you got problems with our legal system over here? Go to Mexico for a minute and check out the corruption over there. It's so entwined. It's so deep. I mean, it's overt. It's not even hidden or behind the scenes or read between the lines or backroom deals.
It's standard operating procedure.
It's the judge going, you need to give me like $5,000 and I can dismiss this case. You know what I mean? It's about $5,000 and it goes away. That's how we do it here. It's just their fine, but the fine goes in their pocket, so it's just weird.
So if you're going to Mexico, travel with cash. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, that's probably not a good idea either. I would
Traveler's checks only.
You might want to bring 2 goats and a chicken just for trade.
There you go.
Just saying. But in any event, with the Mexico thing, that's why Fox is siding with the guy that's formerly from Microsoft, that is now buying up dispensary chains, a couple of them, one in California, Oregon, or California, I don't remember. He's got a couple of chains in a couple of states that he's either purchased already or is in the process of purchasing.
Nice.
And they want to roll out a national brand of marijuana is what they want to do.
And they need to have it tested by Iron Labs.
Well, we're trying to. Howard's actually, I found out Howard's at a funeral. Oh, that's awful.
Well, we hope the best wishes to Howard and his family.
So we might be able to get one of the other guys on to talk about things. I know they were going to come on next week anyway.
Bill Maher's coming to Toledo next weekend.
Well, I mean, the whole thing with Bill Maher. I fished out a letter to him.
Nice.
Not to Bill himself. Who keeps doodalooing me? Oh, it's Howard. It's our Iron Labs partner.
Oh. Hello, Howard.
He's saying Brendt from Iron Labs is going to call and be on the show.
That sounds great.
So got sidetracked.
Letter, Bill Maher.
Yeah, I got a hold of his publicist.
Nice.
And he was in Grand Rapids.
At the Devos
Center. Whip it good. Yeah. That's what I hear when I see DeVos.
Yeah.
Apparently that's what Bill hears too.
Yep, because he won't say DeVos.
No, he always says Devos.
Do you think that's on purpose?
I don't know. It's probably not, but in hindsight, it doesn't really matter. It's just funny. It's funny either way.
Funny. I know. I laugh.
The thing with the Toledo appearance now, that's the 15th.
Yes.
That's next weekend.
Yes. I thought about camping outside the theater to make him talk to me.
I so want to go. We should go out there and pull Stuttering John on him.
Yep, I think so, because you know what? I think if he actually took 5 minutes to talk to us, he'd be very interested in what you're doing. He supports the movement.
Well, Bill's always been a big champion of this whole thing. I mean, outright, just, straight up legalization. He's, screw that medical stuff.
Right.
And, the medical guys just have a legitimate claim to it, at least. You know what I'm saying? The medical people do. But,
it's the wink and the nod. It's just like prohibition for alcohol.
But see, they just still have the legitimate claim. I mean, they're really getting a malady relief. They're getting some critical thing handled as a result of their use. It's not just, hey, let's just go get baked, man. Let's just go hang out at the beach and fry down. It's not like that. I mean, these guys are really taking care of serious issues.
Right.
But at least that's what. So they got the claim. But there's nothing wrong with the Hang 10 guy either.
No, those guys are not the one creating causing crime.
No more than the guy with the
trouble.
pina colada sitting on his
See, that's the problem. The guy with the pina colada is the one that's causing more trouble.
Well, he's more likely to get drunk and drown himself in the ocean for sure,
or somebody else,
or punch somebody out or something.
Yeah, it's that is the guy with
the other guy's like, is that an Oreo you got there? So I think I'm going to take a nap.
Did they respond to your letter? Have you heard?
I didn't hear not a peep.
See, I think we need to go there. I really do, because I think if we could get 2 minutes of
you're
time,
not gonna see Bill. And if you do, there's going to be some
rock star. I mean, I've sat outside of the Fox Theater, the Palace, and I've met Rob Zombie. I've met the guys.
Yeah, Rob's easy to get. I've did
Pantera. I've talked to those guys, and they're way bigger. I mean, Bill's just a news guy who happens to have a show.
He's not
on
a news
HBO.
guy. He's a comedian.
Well, comedian. He's entertainment news. Maybe is that the classification?
He's just I would more label him a political comedian.
Well, there you go. So
I mean, his forte is stand up. I mean, what he's doing in Toledo is what he would be doing if he wasn't doing the real time thing. It's just he'd be doing a lot more, making a lot less overall.
Right.
But let's face it, he's not. Bill isn't eating ramen noodles at night. Let's tell you that. I'll tell you that.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, if he's doing the red eye, because last week he did the show on Friday night, and then flew the red eye out to do the show at the Devos Hall, and then flew back. I mean, there's got to be a sweet kitty in there for him somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't do it for free.
He wasn't coming out for the G13. I'll tell you that.
That's right. So, no, I think we can get him. If I can get to him and he talks to us for 2 minutes, we can get him.
Okay, who do we got on the phone here? Oh, we got Brent from Iron Labs.
Nice. Let's get him on.
So, hello. Welcome to the Political Twist-Up Show in the Iron Lab studio. It's Brent.
Hey, this is Brent. How are you doing today?
How's it going? Now, you're one of the lab guys, right?
Yes, I'm one of the scientists on staff in Iron Laboratories. I'm the biologist.
You're the biologist. So you know about the way the plant's built and what to expect and what to see and what's, what a mature plant versus an immature plant or trichromes, all that stuff. You're into all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Plus, I, just like most of our staff, cultivate cannabis, so I've been doing it a long time, so I know a lot about the plant individually as well as, the science background.
So it's not just the botany angle, but also as a grower.
Yes. Iron Laboratories, pretty much every member of our staff, our owners, just about everybody has or does cultivate cannabis, so we all have intimate knowledge with the plant.
I think that's kind of important, because
helps us be able to help our clients get better because we can better answer any individual questions they have from personal experience.
Right. And let's face it, this isn't a peach or a lemon or a corn plant.
No.
This is a very different plant. And if you're going to get medicine out of it, you better be paying particular attention to particular details.
Yeah, and that's where we step in. We try to help people produce the safest, highest quality medicine that they can, just be better at everything they do from beginning to end. It's not just about the numbers with us. We want to make sure they're producing better, safer, everything.
Now, and the proof is in the results, right?
Yes, definitely, because we can help them get their results better, but then we can also make sure that they're, using proper methods as far as, what nutrients and what, different compounds they might be using and what it might do to affect the plant and their bodies consuming it.
Well, but I'm saying in the end, in the long run, the test results that you guys perform as a part of your services at Iron Labs, ultimately is a measure of the quality going into that care when you're growing.
Well, yes, but it's not just about the numbers like just THC. There are a lot of different compounds that go into it. But yes, our results are a measurement tool.
Well, it wasn't just
to see where people are and where they can go from there.
Wasn't just referring to potency, but I was referring to other intricacies and also with regards to mold and with regards to residues that are toxic.
Yes.
You guys do a thorough and broad analysis of said samples, and tell us about that, what that is, and how that's different from what you might see elsewhere.
Yeah, give us a complete breakdown.
Well, no, I really want to compare and contrast. If you're getting a test done at Iron Labs and you're getting it done at ABC Labs, whatever, what the difference between what you guys do and what you might see out there that other people are doing. I know that you guys have you guys have a very scientific method. I mean, you guys use a machine that's scientifically recognized. And tell us about that, because I'm stumbling all over it. I don't know how to explain it, but I know you got the keys. Spill it for the people. And just as a heads up, we got about 2 minutes before we hit break. We'll come back and wrap this up after the break. But give us what you got for a couple minutes.
We use machines that are the gold standard in testing. But we have 5 different machines, which lets us have very specialized equipment for each individual type of test, as well as be able to cross-reference our information between our tests between multiple types of technology, so we can always know if any one machine isn't running up to par that day because we have something to compare it to.
So it's like a control.
Yes, we have control. I mean, because we can't really third-party validate in this industry, so we do our best to first-party validate in-house. So we double-check our results all the time to make sure that we're giving out very consistent, very accurate information.
So it's redundant.
Yes. We have redundancies for our redundancies in order to keep ourselves being the best as far as,
if you're
in our opinion.
If you're telling somebody a result that's kind of critical to what they, now moving forward for them, what they can do or what they can't do or what the recommendation is, you want to make sure that it's accurate. And I guess having redundancies built into your test results is a smart way of doing that.
Yeah, it requires us to do a lot more work because we're doing twice or 3 times as much, but,
All right, well, we'll get into the mold and the pesticide stuff and how other people do this, their methodology. Coming up after the break, it's the Political Twist-Up Show on the Multimedia Digital Network. Don't go away.
WTKG, Grand Rapids.
everything you need at Hydrovision Indoor Gardening Centers. It's spring, and it's time you get to planting. And whether you're starting plants indoors for the outdoor season or just making your house more green, the technical experts at Hydrovision stores will help you with indoor design and supply so that your indoor gardening dreams always become reality. Mention my name, Steve Green, for a special discount. Hydrovision Indoor Gardening Centers in Howell, Trenton, Richmond, Benton, and Belleville, one near you, or check out myhydrovision.com.
Hey, Steve Green here for the medical marijuana certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville.
Well, this formula is specifically to grow cannabis.
That's Ray Kogo for Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients.
Now, everybody knows that large buds and tight buds come from genetics, and then the amount of light you use. The other part is having the correct nutrients that the plant's going to use. Mine specifically to grow cannabis, so it's going to get everything that it needs.
Ray knows what you may not. Those nutrient companies you can get in most grow shops are not cannabis specific. That means they take the stuff out of the bloom that your plant needs in bloom. You can get Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients too. It's just 2 1-gallon jugs that make over 600 gallons of nutrients, all for less than $100. See the difference for yourself.
More trichomes, bigger buds, faster growth, and for less money.
Go to CANNABISformula.com or call Ray direct at 517-375-8998. That's 517-375-8998. Kogo's Original Cannabis Formula Nutrients. Are you a business that Michigan medical marijuana patients would be interested in? Here's an opportunity to list in the Michigan Medical Marijuana Business Directory for free. People from all over Michigan come to the Michigan Medical Marijuana Business Directory to find goods and services at local establishments. List yours for free by going to mmma.biz and click on Add Business. You can even choose to add features to your listing that add additional benefits. Grow your business. List it for free at mmma.biz. That's mmma.biz.
Hi, Buddy here, inviting you to enjoy huge summer savings at Clio Cultivation. We work closely with the manufacturers of your favorite products to guarantee the lowest prices and highest quality. By getting to know them, we can really understand how to maximize your yield and quality. We can even tell you how our products perform and why they work. If you don't need the knowledge, share your wisdom with us and enjoy our discounts with at least 15% off everything, real MSRP. Daily 10 to 7, Saturdays 10 to 5, closed Sundays. Now offering Happy Frog and Ocean Forest for less than $13.95. Raptor 8-inch reflectors $199. Super Red HPS Hortilux lamps $99. 1,000 watt switchable ballast $89.95. 8 light T5s $189. And Can Fan 8-inch inline just $99. Your home away from home is at 11394 North Saginaw Road, or call 810-686-GROW. At Clio Cultivation, we are only here for you.
The Political Twist Up Radio Show.
WTKG.
Back live in the Iron Lab studio at WFNT in Flint, broadcasting on our affiliate in Grand Rapids, WTKG. Thanks for joining us today. It's the Political Twist Up Show. I'm Steve Green. With us on the phone is Brendt from Iron Labs, if we want to bring Brendt up. Hey, Brendt, we were talking before the break about molds and pesticides. Those are also some of the components you guys test for when you run a test at Iron Labs. And we'll get to about how people can join up and become a member, because you have to be a member, right, in order to get testing done, yes?
Yes, we ask people to join the family and become a member of Iron Labs, but that allows them to have not only access to their whole database, their whole computer account, but it lets them have the personal relationship with us, the different scientists we have on staff, so they can call us about any questions they have at any time.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, we consider it like,
I'm a member.
we want to make sure people get better, and we figured, what better way than just to give you access to our own personal encyclopedia, our scientists, so we can,
well, and you guys
use the information we've learned between our own personal, use and growing the plant, as well as dealing with over 350 clients. So we've answered just about every question there is out there.
Well, and all of you guys that are doing the science, not the office stuff, but the science. Actually running the tests and doing those duplicate results and comparing against controls and all that science. You guys are not only growers yourselves, so you got the experience with the plants, but you're also credentialed beyond that. You've got education.
Yeah.
Tell us
I
about.
double majored in biology at U of M. We have a chemist on staff that did a degree at Wayne State in instrumentation and drug delivery systems with chemistry.
Wow.
So yeah, and we have another tech on staff that's studying biochemistry at MSU right now. So we have a whole range of people that have the science background. And then, like I said, between our different owners and our techs, we have in the neighborhood of 30 years of growing experience. So you get access to both sides of the scale there.
Now, if you're a patient or a caregiver in the state and you want to become a member at Iron Labs, how do they do that?
Well, you can call us and get signed up. We do ask that you come into the laboratory. You don't have to, but lets you see firsthand what exactly gets done and how much work we put into it. But it costs $175 for a lifetime membership. Like I said, that gives you access to all of the techs and all of our knowledge. It gives you your own database on the computer, which allows you to keep track of all your results put together with all your photos and every little detail, as well as choose what's visible and not visible to the public for that.
Well,
and you get 2 tests for free included with that.
I was just going to say that it comes with two tests with the lifetime membership you get. The first couple are on you guys.
Yeah.
It get your feet wet. You kind of get, what's the word I'm looking for? Oriented. It's a little orientation.
Yep, little experience.
And then after that, a single test is $40 for flowers and concentrates. If you can buy a 10-pack and save a little bit and for $35 a piece. We do have other tests available. We test the potency of medibles. Those are $50 for a single test. We're also doing terpene analysis and pesticide analysis and certain residual solvents analysis. We're constantly adding more and more tests that are available through us at Iron Labs, but we do a great deal of research and development before we offer those to the public.
So, to the average person, you mentioned a paint thinner or something. What was that, terpenes? Tell us about terpenes.
Terpenes are the flavor and aroma compounds in the plant. They're in all plants in nature. That's why if something tastes like blueberries, it's got the terpenes associated with blueberries from a blueberry plant.
Nice.
Cannabinoids like THC are actually a subclass of terpenes. So it makes sense that all the cannabinoids work together to change what the buzz result is, but all the terpenes work together with that as well. So we're actually finding out that all the different flavor and aroma compounds are what's responsible for the vast differences in the effect of the THC. I mean, everybody talks about indica and sativa. Well, that's really all in the flavor compounds, and that's the terpenes.
Well, now
so we're testing for. We can quantify 15 different terpenes, but we can also identify another 15 or 20 beyond that.
Really?
Which puts us up there with just about the most that anybody in the country is doing right now.
See, I didn't even know that there were that many of those compounds in a plant.
When I hear Brett, when I hear you say, the different compounds, I mean, the marijuana plant is quite complex, is what I keep hearing. I mean, it's not just THC or,
indica sativa.
It's huge.
Yeah, the synthetic Mirinol that they've been trying to prescribe for years just doesn't cut it because it's just a synthetic THC. It doesn't have all the other compounds.
One stripped down component. It's just one stripped down component of all of the many that are available in the natural plant, right?
And it's still synthesized in a laboratory too, so
it's not Rob. It's not
from the plant.
It's not natural based.
So, in your opinion, or in fact, would you say that these chemicals all have to work in harmony to get the benefit of a medication?
Yeah, and different balances of them are going to give you the different benefits. I mean, right now the big thing is CBDs. But as far as 99% of most cannabis is just high THC cannabis.
Right. So, well, it's been bred that way.
Diversity in effect.
Now the CBD, that is a special component. You got you get 2 primary components. You get this, it seems that those are the ones that people talk about, THC and CBD. Although there's CBN and there's a bunch of other ones too.
Yeah, there's a lot more, but those are the ones that everybody talks about right now.
Well, and they're the ones that have the most significant in content.
Yeah, almost everybody's used to the THC because that's what the plant's been bred for thousands of years. But now people are starting to bring back the CBD. It's still rare, But I'm blessed to be able to work with those types of genetics as well as, some of the people we test for. So it's coming back in a big way. And CBD doesn't bind in the head. It only binds in the body. So it has like a floaty body buzz. So for people that are not trying to get high, they can get a lot of relief from it. And it's great for pain, great for cancer, and really, really good for epilepsy.
I was going to say
amazing success stories with epileptics.
CBD seems to be the one thing that many of the medical professionals are focused on as a component in the cannabis plant currently.
Correct. Now, it does work great with THC. THC by itself, does kill cancer. So, but CBD does it with, and you can take a lot more CBD without being,
Let me just, for the sake of the FCC, make sure that we're not making claims that the Federal Trade Commission want to jump on us over because, they want to make sure you run those through, FDA trials before you start calling things cures.
I didn't mean to.
No, I'm just covering, got a CYA, you know what I'm saying? You want to be careful with that kind of stuff.
Well, there is a receptor on cancer cells that's triggered directly, a CB2 receptor that's triggered directly by THC, but that's a whole other, we don't have any trials to support that.
Well, and you know why we don't have any trials? Because the federal government doesn't want you to do any, that's why.
Exactly.
Schedule one.
Oh, you're going to do a trial on what? Put your hands behind your back. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So,
as a scientist, what would you like to see the scheduling? If it was going to be taken from Schedule 1, would you like to see it be at a 3, a 2? What would you...
I mean, considering the fact that cannabinoids are incredibly healthy for the human body, I don't see why it should be scheduled above a 3.
Thank you, but I would say take it off the schedule. Just remove it.
Really
I was hoping you would say
I can understand them saying that it is a mild intoxicant, but at the same time, it helps so many different cellular functions because it mimics a hormone system in our body called the endocannabinoid system, which they actually named after cannabinoids that your body uses to regulate cancer and uses to regulate things like diet and mood and so many different things. That's why cannabis has so many different effects on the body.
How about cellular division? I mean, cellular respiration. There's a lot of stuff that are controlled. We're finding out. Dr. William Courtney's done a lot of research.
I just read a paper that said almost every single cellular function in every single cell type is helped by cannabinoids.
Right. Which must be one of the reasons that it's been so prolific throughout history, human history.
Yeah.
In any event,
I mean, you go back about 70 years, and 30 to 50% of the medicine on the shelves was cannabis based, and
Well, I mean, every doctor, every visiting doctor, because let's face it, they all visited back then. Their doctor bag was full of cannabis medicines. I mean, you had tinctures, you had ointments, you had capsules, you had all kinds of stuff in there.
Because it's good for so many different ailments.
Well, and it's readily available and it's inexpensive. You don't have to pay $1,200 for that bottle.
Exactly.
Until Pfizer gets a hold of the.
They're trying. They're working it. They're working on it.
Well, that's why I said, anything that's, that I asked you about scheduling specifically because, people have talked about move it to 2, and all that does is put it into the pharmaceutical hands, and
no,
that's not what anybody wants.
I say take it off. Deschedule it. Take it off the schedule.
I really think it should be descheduled completely myself, but that's because I realize the science behind it, and when you realize your body holds on to these cannabinoids like they're gold, your body holds on to them for dear life. That's why people can fail a drug test a month later after they stop using.
Brendt from Iron Labs, thanks for being with us on the Political Twist-Up Show. We'll talk to you again sometime soon. Tell Howard I said hello. We got to run to break. It's the Political Twist-Up Show on the Multimedia Digital Network.
Thanks a lot.
AM 1230 WTKG.
The Political Twist-Up Show.
If you or someone you know received a traffic ticket, has been charged with a misdemeanor, drinking and driving, criminal offense, or has had their driver's license taken away, they need an attorney. They need attorney Glenn McCandless. He's helped hundreds of people solve their legal problems over the past 16 years.
My law firm is dedicated to providing quality legal services at affordable rates.
Call us at 586-755-2900. Again, that's 586-755-2900. Call now.
Get everything you need at Hydrovision Indoor Gardening Centers. It's spring, and it's time you get to planting. And whether you're starting plants indoors for the outdoor season or just making your house more green, the technical experts at Hydrovision stores will help you with indoor design and supply so that your indoor gardening dreams always become reality. Mention my name, Steve Green, for a special discount. Hydrovision Indoor Gardening Centers in Howell, Trenton, Richmond, Fenton, and Belleville, one near you, or check out myhydrovision.com.
The Political Twist-Up Radio Show.
You're hearing AM 1230 WTKG.
Back live in the Iron Lab studio at WFNT in Flint. And then also, I got to be careful because our WTKG people are like, no, we're not FNT. So I always got to mention that we're also on WTKG in Grand Rapids.
We love Grand Rapids.
We do love Grand Rapids.
We're going to visit.
Going to go out there on Monday, take a spin around the city, and shake hands, kiss babies. I'm not kissing any babies.
I'm shaking the babies and kissing the hands. I told you that 2 weeks ago.
Well, you've always been a little dyslexic, Ryan.
Well, and I like to shake things.
Well, we won't talk about that. So it's about 3:48 here Eastern Standard Time. If you're listening, a lot of people listen on politicaltwistup.com, and please go and check out politicaltwistup.com. And incidentally, you'll see a bunch of stuff on there about Cedar Point. We're going out there on June 22. Right now, it is time for the Ask the Gardener segment with our expert LJ from Advanced Nutrients. Welcome to the program, LJ.
Hey, man, how you guys doing today?
Hey, we're great.
Rocking and rolling, LJ. What's the weather like out there? You're in the San Fran area, aren't you?
Nah, man, I'm SoCal down by L.A., and it's a little gloomy. It's not exactly perfect like every other day, but it's still pretty good, man. It's
Go
kinda
Kings.
like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
Go Kings, he says. Gotta love the Staples Center.
Yeah. I don't want Chicago to win.
I did a commercial.
Right.
Go ahead.
Staples Center, that's it. Yeah, we do have a problem with that. Every time the Lakers take it, sometimes everybody just needs to burn down the city here and there.
That was easy.
That's the way we celebrate. Just flip some cop cars and show the Lakers we support them that way.
So, LJ, you've been doing the advanced grow, yes?
Yeah,
And-
I've done most everything we offer.
And
I was a user of Advanced long before I worked for them. I've just been a big fan of the brand. I tried pretty much every other nutrient. Advanced just worked best for me.
I think there are a lot of people that are listening to the program, either patients or caregivers, or just curious. There's a lot of people that just occupy the curious category. I haven't done any sampling. I'm not for sure of that, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are just curious. And I'm one of them.
Yeah, me too.
Curious about the brand and why we're more expensive than other brands and things of that nature? Or?
Well, that's always people always have that question, but I was really going for the difference between your nutrient product line and do you do side by side testing? Is what I wanted to know. Do you guys do testing next to other products?
We do a lot of that. We have 20 PhDs on staff. Paid monthly. We have a gigantic growing facility, not in the U.S., that most of these PhDs work at. And because of that, we have more science on the marijuana plant than anybody else on the planet. We've done more tests conducted by scientists than anybody else that I'm aware of on this plant specifically, because everyone else is growing tomatoes.
Heavily invested.
Now, we've got a couple of people calling to ask some questions. Let's fire them up. Let's take Norm. Welcome to the Political Twist-Up Show, Norm.
Hey, Norm, how you doing?
Good.
What's your question for LJ?
I was going to ask kind of about curing. How long do you suggest and the positive and the negative of using a dehydrator?
Ooh, that's actually a good question.
Of a dehydrator? You mean like a dehumidifier?
Well, I've seen people after like a few days or a week, they'll stick it in one of when you use it for like the beef jerky, the dehydrator.
Okay, you know what? I've never done that before, but it sounds interesting. I mean, drying and curing, I just have a rule of, 45 to 55% humidity, 65 to 75 degrees, and it just works every time. It takes me 7 to 9 days usually.
For drying or curing or both?
Drying. Sorry, that's just drying.
I was going to say, hey, that's a short cure.
After that, I go into the turkey bag a lot of times. I do the glass sometimes, but I find the turkey bag to be a little more forgiving.
I have seen that, LJ. I actually know people that use the vegetable or fruit dehydrator to dry their marijuana medicine faster, and I don't know. I don't agree with it, and I think that's where Norm's coming from. He just...
Well...
Me personally, I just do go about it the old school, It's like I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I just want something that's excellent to smoke and Usually, a lot of the can cup guys, people I talk to, and the drying process is a critical area for a lot of guys. A lot of guys, I failed on it personally a number of times getting started. And ever since I started adhering to those rules, I just got a more even, thorough dry. And then whatever you put it in after that, it was fine as long as the product is dried enough. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's got to. You
should. Yeah, you should. Yeah, exactly. If you dry it out quickly, all those terpenes don't kind of come to fruition. They don't. All the little intricacies, the smells, the aromas, the flavors, they all kind of dissipate.
It's like drinking wine before the time.
To spend months doing this and then ruin it in the last 7 days because wanted to do it in 7 instead of 9.
I'll grow it to, let's say it's like an early plant at 7 weeks, and then cure it 3 to 5 weeks. Where he'll go 8 weeks flower, but then put it in the dehydrator after a week. And I tend to think that wrecks the smell and taste.
Yeah, I think you're right. Do you know if LJ why that would be if you dry it out too fast? Why that takes the? I don't know if you do or not.
What? Why drying it too fast is a bad deal?
Well, why the smells and the flavors go away? Like you said, it's like hay.
The chlorophyll it doesn't break down right when you rush through it. It's just drying's a pretty. I mean. It was a failure point for me getting started a lot of times, and for a lot of guys, it's enough to take them completely out of the game. It's like they just are done after putting in all this money, time, electricity, nutrients, and then ending up with a bunch of hay at the end. So, I mean, I just try to stick by the absolutely traditional, again, 45 to 55% humidity, 65 to 75 degrees. You win every single time with that.
So 7 to 9 days later, you're good to go. It's to the moisture content level that it needs to be, so you can jar it up or cure it.
You keep it at 50% humidity and 70 degrees. You're going to dry nice and even. Take 7 to 9 days. It'll feel crispy, but as soon as it hits the jar, it wettens right back up. The problem with the jars with a lot of newer guys is they come out, they see the jars all over all the websites. They run out and buy a bunch of jars, and if they go in a minute too early, they end up with hay. Because it just doesn't break down right. The turkey bag I find to be far more forgiving.
Well, and then the other thing is, when you if you put it in too wet, what happens then?
It smells like hay, and it gets
if you put it in too wet,
moist and
LJ.
terrible, and there's no bringing it back after that. You can't just open the bag and
LJ.
put it back in drying nets.
I don't think you can hear me.
The
other way around. I'm saying not putting it in too dry. I'm saying what happens if you put it in too wet?
Put it into the jar too wet, right?
Right.
I'm saying that it smells like hay, and you pretty much ruin it, and it's all moist and soggy, and it's just like the product's ruined, the medicine's ruined. At that point.
I was going for mold and mildew, but
there's mold and mildew issues as well, but I mean, generally you always are burping those jars, so you catch it right away. You catch it like 3-4 hours, 6 hours into it.
You should know right away.
Then, it's time to put it back in the nets or something, but at that point it's ruined.
So if you've made it to harvest...
No, there's no bringing it back.
So, Norm, did we answer your question?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
All right, thank you.
All right, we got Alicia on the phone. Alicia,
I just like slow and steady, guys. It wins the race. You know what I mean?
That's the way to do it. Alicia, you're on the Political Twist Up Show with LJ from Advanced Nutrients. It's Ask the Expert.
Hi, LJ. My name's Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
I have a concern about the edges of my leaves. They're curling up and turning brown on me, and I've been told that I have my lights too close. Is that true?
When I have my lights too close, that can happen, but also with some different species, you'll bleach the leaves white. What, are you running an OG by chance?
I am.
Because OG will have a lot of these issues because of a lack of CalMag. I know guys that actually go triple CalMag. 24 mils a gallon.
You're talking about calcium, magnesium. Calcium and magnesium.
Yeah, and the products, the CalMag, whichever one you use. But I know guys that triple up because OG is a CalMag. I was about to use a different term. She's very demanding on the CalMag. She likes it a lot. And the CalMag with the OG will actually prevent it from taking up other nutrients if there's not enough present. OG is a very tricky girl. She has a lot of twists and turns to her.
Okay. Okay.
Also,
I'm just
like
saying the brown necrosis on the leaves could likely be CalMag. How close is your light?
I don't know exactly right now. I'd have to go in and check.
Target's a foot off the plant, Alicia, so you want to be about a foot off your canopy typically. But if you're running 600s and let's say a Magnum Ocho, a big reflector that spreads it all out, then you can get much closer.
Sometimes when you're talking, LJ, sometimes you can't hear when the caller's talking too, so you end up talking at the same time. People probably think that people are being jerks. They're really not. They just can't hear that the other one's talking.
Yeah, forgive me. Sorry about that, Alicia.
I'm sorry too.
So, did you get your question answered, Alicia? I would also point to, just from my experience, and I'm expert as it comes when it just comes to my own grow. That's all I'll claim to be expert of, is my own grow. But sometimes
You're
also
pretty good, dude.
He has a great OG 18. Let me tell you.
Sometimes I've also noticed that when you're doing a grow like that, it, instead of just CalMag, like LJ suggested, it could be, or being too close to the lights. Sometimes you might get some nutrient burn. You might want to check your parts per million and make sure you're not too high.
Okay, all right, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that right away.
And that's another thing too. It's not one fits all. All the different systems require different nutrient levels. For instance, an undercurrent system runs at under 900 in the peak of flower.
Gotcha.
So you might want to look at what your medium is too and adjust.
Alicia, thanks for calling. LJ, we got a slide.
Money.
It's the
life.
WTKG Grand Rapids, WMAX FM HD2 Holland.
This is West Michigan's Talk 1230.
WTKG.